How are you? We are live on the air. Tonight's show is... I have got some of the greatest stories for you tonight, some of the greatest clips, some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It's a grab bag of news tonight on the show. You're going to want to stick around for, one, information on Beyonce's pregnant, Jay-Z with the Way to go, Beyonce, Jay-Z. Also, of course, it's February. It's Black History Month, which is awesome. President Donald Trump made some remarks on Black history that are... take your fucking breath away. Absolutely stunning. Spectacular. I also have a theory about Johnny Depp and who he is and what he's all about. I'm pretty sure he's a giant douchebag. But I want to show you a couple of photos. I think he's actually somebody that... I won't give it away, but I've got some Johnny Depp theories. But our first story tonight is very dramatic. This is... Okay, let me set the stage. I don't speak Spanish. But this takes place, I believe, in Chile. I didn't even bother to find out. It's too dramatic, this story. There's a fire. The firefighters are fighting the fire. It's coming towards them. The blaze is coming. How are they going to get out of the fire, right? Okay, that's part one of the story. Part two, they can't run away because there's a giant fence, and it's fenced, and there's a lock on the fence. But one hero... Our protagonist in this story takes a giant axe and starts hitting the lock on the fence to release the firefighters to save the day. Will he succeed or will the firefighters perish in the blaze? Let's find out. There's the fence. Do you see? There's the lock. The firefighters are in the background. Holy shit, the blaze is blasting. It's crazy. This guy must... unlock the lock or everybody's dead. Open the lock! Let them out! They're going to die! Oh God! The firefighters! Let them out! They gotta get out of the fence! Open the fence! What are they gonna do? How are they gonna get out? I'm sorry. Again, yes. And not to ruin everything, I'm aware that they're saying he's opening the fence for the fire truck, but boy, this is just beautiful. This is why the internet is so fabulous. The guy's opening the fence. We're just gonna go around. Amazing. Open it! Open! Oh, we're good. No, we're just gonna go this way. We're just gonna go this way. No, we're good. One more time. The blaze is blazing. It's up to that. I don't know why he's wearing a Walmart vest, but anyways, it's up to him. He's the only guy that can save the day. Can you open it? Come on! They're gonna die! You gotta open the thing! Open! What are they, how are they gonna get out? What are they, oh, right, okay. No problem. Thanks anyways. Is that not why the internet's invented? That is absolutely fantastic. That is story number one in the grab bag. If you enjoyed that story, hit a like on this video. Subscribe to my page as well, youtube.com/TheDaryn.Jones. This is a nightly news commentary comedy show. We do political stuff. We do pop culture. We do stupid internet videos. And it's also all 100% live. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it. That's the thing. So let's get into the old chat box here. How are you guys? Welcome to the show. I've got a lot to talk to you about tonight. A lot of people are already talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in the chat. Yes, I've got some information about Johnny Depp. A theory of mine. Johnny Depp is basically Emo Dad with money. And I'm going to get into this a little bit later. But basically, if Emo Dad had money, he would be Johnny Depp. But we'll get into that in a second. We'll be talking about Johnny Depp soon. As well, I've got The president made a speech about Black History Month. Oh my God. Should we do that now? Let's just do this. I'm in the mood to do this story right now. I'm calling an audible here. Okay, so the president, it's February, Black History Month. Let's talk about what is going on in Black history and culture. Enlighten us, Mr. President. Fill us with awe.
During this month, we honor the tremendous history of the African Americans throughout our country.
So far, so good. Doing well.
Last month, we celebrated the life of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., who's incredible.
Junior. Okay, good. We're on. This is celebratory. A+. You can't shit on this speech so far.
Incredible example is unique in American history. You read all about Dr. Martin Luther King a week ago when somebody said I took the statue out of my office. And it turned out that was fake news.
I'm sorry, what? What the fuck? No, this is a beautiful time to talk about a fabulous community. No, this is a time to heal, to bring people together, to reflect. Nobody will be judging you. You want to make it about how you want to talk about your plights, not the plight of African Americans in America. Okay, well, let's talk about you. Very good.
The statue is cherished. It's one of the favorite things and we have some good ones. We have Lincoln and we have Jefferson.
Wait, we're talking. It's Black History Month.
Dr. Martin Luther King, and we have, but they said the statue, the bust.
Okay, back on track.
Dr. Martin Luther
Back
King
on track.
was taken out of the office,
and
it was never even touched. So I think it was a disgrace, but that's the.
It's infuriating, but it's also hilarious. Only this guy could talk about Black History Month and use the phrase, "it's a disgrace," when talking about Black History Month. Amazing.
And it was never even touched. So I think it was a disgrace, but that's the way the press is.
You know who's had it tougher than African Americans? President Donald Trump.
If you remember, I wasn't going to do well with the African American community, and after they heard me speaking and talking about the inner city and lots of other things, we ended up getting, I won't go into details, but we ended up getting substantially more than other candidates who had run in the past years.
So his speech about Black History Month is talking about great Black historical leader, Martin Luther King, segue into the bust that a reporter claimed was removed from his office, which wasn't fair. Fair enough, wasn't fair. But that happened 2 weeks ago and kind of not on point. But let's talk about the bust and how it's unfair and you can get in a slight fake news. And you can also talk about how it's a huge disgrace and how you're the one who's downtrodden. Okay.
Throughout our country. Last month we celebrated the life of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., whose incredible example is unique in American history. You read all about Dr. Martin Luther King.
So he was reading a script and now he's off book.
A week ago when somebody said I took the statue out of my office. And it turned out that was fake news.
Really? Really?
The statue is cherished.
It's cherished.
One of the favorite things in the...
But back on to Black History Month and celebrating African Americans and their contributions to American society and history and why this month is so important. Should we focus on that?
And we have some good ones. We have Lincoln and we have Jefferson and we have Dr. Martin Luther King. And
I got a great China set and I got a great box of Cuban cigars in my office. I got a cool pen that I stole from a bank. What were we talking about? Oh, right, Black History Month. Right. Anyway, it's a disgrace how I've been treated.
But they said the statue, the bust of Dr. Martin Luther King was taken out.
It's not right. It's just not right. It's a disgrace.
It was never even touched. So I think it was a disgrace, but that's the way the press is. If you remember.
So to summarize, Black History Month, I got a statue in my office. I love it. I have some other stuff in my office. Fuck the press. I think that's it. Satisfied?
I wasn't going to
and I also did very well. I got a lot of votes in the Black community.
Well, with the African American community, and after they heard me speaking and talking about the inner city and lots of other things, we ended up getting,
crushing.
I won't go into details, but we ended up getting substantially more than other candidates who had run in the past years.
So to summarize, Black History Month is about me getting votes in the Black community. Just amazing. If you're just joining us, I'm Daryn.Jones. You're watching Daryn.Jones Live. We do the show Monday through Thursday, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Tonight is a news grab bag. I showed you this dramatic footage of firefighters being rescued by this guy in a Walmart vest. They couldn't get out. He had to open the feds. How are they going to get out? They're going to burn to death. Save yourselves. Save yourselves. How are you going to get... Oh, you just go around. You just go around. Okay. Just go around. And then we're going to get into Beyonce in a second. Because Beyonce, that's in the grab bag. But first, I want to say hi to you guys. What's up? We do the show 100% absolutely live on the old internet box. And welcome. I said this earlier, facebook.com/Daryn.Jones. That's how we build the show. Follow me there. And of course, like and subscribe to this page. Daniel is here. El Nino's son is here. What's up? Brian is here. Carly, good to see you all. Hop in the chat and let me know how you're doing. Okay, so next up in the news. Beyonce's pregnant. This is how she announced it. I love Beyonce. She's having twins, which is amazing. So way to go, Jay-Z and Beyonce. They're having twins. Twins usually, probably like an in vitro thing. I'm not speculating. I don't know. But the most important part of this story, this is now the officially most liked photo on Instagram. That's it. That is why you get pregnant these days. To get the best photo on the Instagram. And she announced it like this, wearing the thing on her, and the whole thing and the flowers. And then somebody made this great joke on Twitter. I thought this was great. Trend watch, 2017. First it was George W. Bush, and then, and then Beyonce. This is the hot new trend, guys. Wearing like a poncho or a veil on your head. That's great. This is great. So, congratulations, Beyonce. If you want to ever come on the show, absolutely you can. All right, we're also going to get into Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, I'm getting this serious sense that Johnny Depp is a douchebag. I'm just getting that sense. But before we go there, this is a story. This just makes me really, really angry because it's so unnecessary. And in these times of everybody's on edge, what with the Muslim travel ban, that's what it is. It's a Muslim ban. Let's call it what it is. As with the horrible terrorist attack in Quebec City, Canada, people are talking about race, about the mistreatment of Muslims, about fear, about unfairness, about Trump and the new rules. So it's important that everybody is above board and as honest as possible. And that's why stories like this drive me crazy, because they don't help. It's like I always say this, like the adults, we're trying to have a conversation and you're fucking it up for us. So here's a guy who claims his mother went back to Iraq, couldn't get back into America, and died in Iraq, even though she's lived in America for a long, long time. Man who claimed mom died in Iraq after Trump ban lied. Why would you lie? Like, what is the... Because this shit just doesn't go away anymore. If you lie, if you bring up a story, people want to believe it because they want to pad their political argument. Whether they're for or against what's going on, they want to use your story as an example of the rights or the wrongs in what's going on in the news. So that's why this drives me absolutely crazy, because we don't need this. It just fucks it up for the rest of us. This is Fox whatever in Michigan somewhere.
Travel ban left his family stranded in Iraq this weekend. He even blamed his mother's death on President Trump's executive order.
But after our story aired yesterday...
See, and then now, like, people go, aha, it's a lie. Didn't happen. Fake news. And that's unfair. This whole fake news thing is starting to piss me off because, yes, there is actual fake news, like the Breitbarts of the world. They just write whatever they want. Then there's stuff like this they're calling fake news where the guy lied. And then, no, the journalist found out the truth. Just because something is misrepresented in the press, somebody's trying to deceive the press, doesn't make it fake news.
Yesterday, a viewer reached out to...
What is fake news is people trying to peddle the story that the gunman in Quebec City was also a Muslim. That is fake news. Without correcting it, that is fake news. If you correct it, you're doing journalism.
Fox 2 exposing the man's story as a lie. Fox 2's Amy Lang joins us now with an update.
Well, Monica and Ron, this story went viral. People felt sorry for the family. They felt outraged at the travel ban, and others called it fake news. But one viewer...
See, we don't need lies to get outraged. The travel ban is outrageous enough that people will have... You don't need to score political points by lying.
who knew the family, contacted us to say, quite simply, the man we interviewed lied to us about the death of his own mother.
I really, really believe this in my heart. If they would have let us in, my mom, she would have made it, and she would have been sitting right here next to me. She's gone because of him.
That was Mike Hager on Tuesday talking of...
Again, that's a very serious charge. That's very concerning and damaging and damages his travel ban. But then to find out it's not true? You're just giving your political opponents a little bit more ammo.
About the death of his 75-year-old mother, Naima al-Hajjar, who died while visiting family in her native Iraq. He claimed he'd been trying to get her back home to Michigan when President Donald Trump's travel ban went into effect. And that she was turned away even with her green card, only to then pass away in a hospital in Iraq over the weekend. But it turns out...
Like, that's a crazy charge.
That was a lie.
That was a lie.
Late Tuesday night, Fox 2 received an anonymous tip telling us to contact the imam here at the Karbala Islamic Education Center in Dearborn, that he knew the family and would have additional information.
Yeah, that's true. That is 22nd January. His mom died.
We caught up with the imam Wednesday at the mosque.
She did die after 2 days, but that was a couple weeks ago. Before.
Why would you lie? There are enough reasons and enough anecdotals that are true if you want to build a case against the travel ban. Why lie? Why put your community in a bad light when you're already being unfairly scrutinized? Why give a story up so people can just dismiss what's going on? This shit drives me absolutely crazy.
Imam Husham al-Husseini says Mike Hagar contacted him on January 19th to tell him his mother was very sick with her kidney disease and they were going to Iraq to be with her. She died there January 22nd. Another mosque here even held a prayer service in her honor. Unsure about why Mike lied, the imam did want to address the general unrest over the travel ban. The weekend...
See, now anything they say about he says about the travel ban, you've got this annoying lie story hanging over. It just drives me crazy.
And chaos for travelers, the protests at the airports, the imam who voted for President Trump calling for calm.
What? I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? What? That was a wrinkle of the story I was not anticipating. Okay, sure. The imam voted for Trump. Okay. Hey, it's free country. Vote for who you want.
And patience.
There is a confusion and there is a mix-up. They have to distinguish between good refugees and bad refugees. And if this is what it...
First of all, you're misusing the word refugee. The whole point of being a refugee is you're fleeing a horrible situation in another country.
Takes to stop them for a while.
This guy's tripping me out.
Them, that's fine. This is for the security of the country.
But what about Mike and his motive?
That guy's tripping me out. I didn't expect that at all.
He's no stranger to Fox 2 and our viewers. In December, he donated several $1,000s to send a cheerleading team to their tournament after the tragic death of their teammate.
This is a weird story.
It was the cheer coach who contacted Fox 2 about the death of Mike's mom. It's not known why he would lie about it, but Fox 2 was able to obtain this Facebook post from last month, since deleted
this is
from
a very
his page,
odd story.
memorializing his mother, who passed away on January 22nd,
What a crazy story. So you've got a guy who lied about the death of his mother to invoke more rage against the travel ban. Then you've got the imam who voted for Trump. Look, you can vote for who you want, but voting against your self-interest seems like a mistake. But anyways, and then this man also sends people on cheerleading trips. Very interesting story. I'm kind of blown away by this. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this in the chat. We're learning together here.
2017.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Is Mike here? No.
I love when journalists do the, we're at your front door.
Sign of Mike at his home or his business, but earlier, when confronted via text about his lie, Mike wrote, "Since I lost my mom, I've been on heavy medication. I can't even sleep."
I did not make anything up.
I did not make anything up. Now, again, we tried to talk to Mike today.
All right, so we're going to get some, this is my favorite part of local news. We're going to get some local news banter. Let's see where they go. Let's see where the kids go.
We could not find him. It's still not clear just why he made up this story, but clearly we have an obligation to get the story right. So this is what we've learned.
And absolutely, you know, we're joking here, but absolutely, these guys are doing the right thing. You're correcting the incorrect news, and that does not make it fake news. They're correcting a false story. They're correcting something that they reported on, and they're doing it full-throated, and they're getting the information out. Because we talked about this last night, what with Fox News incorrectly leaving a tweet up about the origin of the shooter in Quebec City. They said he was of Moroccan descent and he was Muslim, which was totally not true. The guy who shot up that mosque, that terrorist, was an alt-right white piece of shit. And that needs to get out there very, very quickly. Because too often, you know, the piece of news saying, oh, it's a Muslim who went in and shot, gets out there and people don't come back to find it, because why would they? They trust you as a source. So you got to correct it loud, you got to correct it hard, and as soon as you know, you correct it. That's journalism. So kudos to the Fox 2 News team here.
Today.
Yeah, and we know that people are out there saying, you know, fake news, manufactured stories, but that's not what we do.
That's right.
We're in the business of telling the truth.
Absolutely. I mean, that's our goal each and every day. And yesterday we thought that that's what we had done. And then obviously we got some information really late last.
There's nothing wrong with putting out a story that you believe to be true and then finding out it's false and then correcting it. That's what journalism is about.
Night that said, I know this family, and I think you need to know that there's more to the story. And obviously that's what we did, was get...
I always wonder what's on their little laptops on the desk. Like, is he like doing journalism at the desk there? Or is he playing solitaire?
that and bring it to our viewers today. That's what we are obligated to do, and that's an important job. Good for this team.
Kudos.
This presents a unique challenge too. Amy's been in the game a long time. You go to the medical examiner in Wayne County or anywhere in Michigan,
right.
But when she dies in Iraq, it's not like you can check with them.
Yeah,
True.
I mean, there's some barriers there. There's distance. And
all right, blah blah blah. Okay, so we get the point. They're patting themselves on the back. They did a great job. They did their job. Well done. I'd love to know what you think of the story. Hop in the chat, or if you're watching this on replay, does it make you as mad as it makes me? Because for me, as I said, it's like you're not helping. The adults are trying to have a conversation. You're fucking it up. It's already a very tense tinderbox. We don't need you adding another layer of lies and misinformation to this already very toxic situation. I'd love to hear what you have to think. And if you're just joining us for the very first time, I'm Daryn.Jones. You're watching Daryn.Jones Live. Hi, how are you guys? We're doing a grab bag of news. And we're going 100% live tonight. And welcome to the show. If you haven't seen the show before, we do sports, we do commentary, we do politics. Basically, if you're talking about it, we're talking about it, and we've done some great clips. We are going to wrap it up in a second, but here's another one. And then I'll go through what we learned today, and we'll do that. Johnny Depp spent $3 million blasting Hunter S. Thompson's ashes out of a cannon. What the fuck? I'm getting the sense that Johnny Depp's a bit of a douchebag. Johnny Depp is like he's too old for this shit. Let me know, is this attractive? Because he's got to be 50 now, with the eyeliner and the thing and the emo. You know who he is? Johnny Depp is Emo Dad without money. This is Johnny Depp. I'm not joking around. This is Johnny Depp that didn't quite make it. Johnny Depp is Emo Dad. I'm 100% not joking. All right, so let's go through the top stories. This was our very top story of the day. Why? Because I found it was very funny. The firefighters, will they escape? Will they get out of there safely? Open the gate, they're gonna die! Help! Get out! What do you get? Oh, right, you can just go around. Thanks for helping. And then, of course, this was my favorite story of the day, the Donald Trump talking about Black History Month and complaining about how he's been treated unfairly, which is a really smart angle to take when you're doing a Black History Month speech. Great stuff. If you're just joining us, I'm Daryn.Jones Live. We do the show Monday through Thursday, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Hop in the chat. I will be hopping in the chat in a second. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, to like this channel. We do 4 shows a week. Live, news, comedy, sports commentary, blah, blah, blah. We will see you tomorrow night for the last show of the week. Have a great night, everybody.